Hey there, it's me, Carla Cecilia, and it is Monday, September 10th, and it's approximately 2 o'clock, and yes, I'm home from work, sick again, but before I take payments, I am going to put up a video, because I did promise you guys a weekly video, and yes, I'm late, I apologize, but it truly couldn't be helped. So, at any rate, last time I left it off at getting the first clue of what was going on with me, and with me saying that I buried all these issues. So this week I wanted to pick up right there. What I did to try and bury the issues. Some of you may know from watching some of my other videos that I grew up in a Hispanic family that was very male-dominated, very macho-centered, and so, do you see where I'm going with this, right? One of the things that I did, or some of the things that I did to try and bury this issue, or shortly after my friend pointed this little clue out to me, I actually went out and I bought myself a motorcycle. And I took on that whole appearance of being all scruffy, jeans and t-shirts, with my motorcycle jacket. And I actually started to try and play that part. Truth be told, I loved having the motorcycle. But also, that look just did not do anything for me. I was miserable with that look. But it was what I needed to do at the time. And so I did it. I also, at one point, applied to become an LA police officer. Got through all the testing, got through my psych evaluation, and I was at the point where all I needed to do was the board interview, and then go into the academy. Well, other issues arose and prevented me from doing that, so I never became a police officer. And looking back, I think it's probably a good thing that I did not. And along with that, and somewhat to help me to get into the police department, I also joined the military. I was in the Air Force, and I was a grease monkey. I was an aircraft maintenance specialist, and so I was working out on a flight line, working on airplanes, getting all dirty, crawling into small spaces. And seeing a lot of America and some of the other countries. And it was fabulous. It was good to do that work. I was proud to serve my country. But again, truth be told, I was in for the wrong reasons. And towards the end, it just wasn't very satisfying anymore. And so when the opportunity came to get paid to get out, I took it. Left the military. And I gotta say, I thoroughly regret that part. I wish I would have stayed in. But anyways, so those are some of the things that I did to try and bury the issue. the whole appearance and being a biker just never worked, because you have to picture this 110 pounds soaking wet little dude, all scruffy, trying to be a badass biker. It just didn't work. It didn't take long for me to get rid of that look. And it was mostly because I started really jumping from relationship to relationship with girls. And I found my first wife that way. And so I gave up that appearance. And this kind of reminds me of a part in Jennifer Boylan's book, where she talks about if she could just find somebody to love her enough, everything would go away. And I think I can relate to that, because that's kind of what happened to me. I fell madly in love, and the issue pretty much did go away for a short time. As soon as the issues started coming up in the marriage, things started creeping back out. And the dysphoria would hit again. And for me, the only way to handle it at the time was to dress when nobody else was around. And that was the first time I ever dressed completely. Head to toe, complete makeup. And I felt good. I felt really good. But of course, again, I wasn't at the point where I could do anything about it. So I buried it. And the way I buried it was to get involved with another person. Because that's what men do. They look for affairs. At least that was what I thought in my mind. So as that relationship was ending, I jumped straight into another one. And again, at the beginning, everything was fine. Everything seemed to have gone away. And there was no more wanting to be female. Of course, that didn't last. As problems started arising in this relationship, the dysphoria hit again. And I started exploring things again. But still not having a label, still not knowing what was going on, still not wanting to really know what's going on. I would just dress from time to time when no one was around. And for a while, that worked. And it worked up until the time that I put a label with my dysphoria. And for now, that's where I'm going to leave this. As always, leave suggestions, leave comments, do video responses, email me. I will get back to you. And the next installment for the Chronicles of my transition is probably going to be a little delayed because I do have some surgery coming up this week. So it might be about 2 weeks before I put another video up. So hang in there, say some prayers for me, and I will see you soon. Love you all.